Hey guys, you should know the drill by now. It's Tallara and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We're gonna head into the War Council, check in with our advisors, see what they've been up to, and then it is finally time to start our next main quest. I feel like we've been keeping Morrigan waiting for a while. She's just been coming back and forth to these war table meetings like, by God, when are we ever going to the Arbor Wilds? Well, we are going today. What Pride had wrought is our next quest, so we'll be heading there. First, I'm going to check in on all these quests. We sent Liliana to investigate an ancient laboratory. She did that. Our other two quests must be on the Ferelden side. This was for Josephine, getting a judge's favor. Inquisitor, Judge Ald has signed the papers we need to present the Du Parquets as nobility again. There is now only one step left. A royal minister must ratify them. Please come see me when you have a chance. The judge passes on his compliments, by the way. Apparently the hunt was a marvelous bit of sport, and our soldiers acquitted themselves bravely against something called a screaming man-eater. The infirmary reassures me the injured will make a full recovery. So we will go see Josephine next time we're back at Skyhold. And we investigated some darkspawn on the Storm Coast, which we can go check out at some point. But without further ado, it is time for us to head to the Arbor Wilds. The Inquisition is now a force to be reckoned with. Call its allies to rally their soldiers and march with Inquisitor Adar's army to the Arbor Wilds, where they will face Corypheus zealots one final time. The Inquisition must stop Corypheus before the Darkspawn Magister finds a long-lost elven artifact in the wilds that allows him to enter the Fade physically and claim its power.
With an Illuvion, Corypheus could cross into the Fade in the flesh. Indeed. The Inquisitor can attest that these artifacts still work, if one knows how to use them.
What happens when Corypheus enters the Fade?
Why, he will gain his heart's desire and take the power of a god. Or, and this is more likely, the lunatic will unleash forces that tear the world apart.
Well, we can't have that.
In Redcliffe, I saw the future Corypheus built. We can't let that happen.
'Twas always so, was it not? The madman would bury us all.
Pardon me, but does this mean everything's lost unless we get to the Illuvion before him?
Corypheus has a head start, no matter how quickly our army moves.
We should gather our allies before we march.
Can we wait for them? We should send our spies ahead to the Arbor Wilds.
Without support from the soldiers, you'd lose half of them.
Then what should we do?
You work as a team.
You overcome it, all three of you, together. Josephine, have our allies send scouts to meet us in the wilds. Liliana, your fastest agents, will join them. Together, we'll have enough spies to slow down Corypheus's army until Cullen's soldiers arrive.
Such confidence, but the Arbor Wilds are not so kind to visitors. Old elven magic lingers in those woods.
We'd be remiss to not take advantage of your knowledge, Lady Morrigan. Please, lend us your expertise.
'Tis why I came here, although it is good to see its value recognized.
Any further instructions, Inquisitor?
This is going to hurt. No, Corypheus has this coming.
Remember what Corypheus has done while you plan. Every loss, every setback, every death. Let him learn what it means to be an enemy of the Inquisition.
We'll hound Corypheus in the wilds before he can find the temple or this Illuvion.
Alright, let's do it. To the Arbor Wilds. Now, the important question is going to be, who are we going to bring with us? My thought is I probably want to bring people who have experience with magic, have experience with the Fade, that sort of thing, have experience with elves. So I think Solus, Cole, and realistically, none of our tanks are that experienced either way. So I'm just going to bring Bull because, you know, he's my boyfriend. All right. Solus, Cole, Bull, and me. Let's do it. That was a very dramatic dropping of those pieces, Josephine. Wow, that was a dramatic and triumphant march into battle. Everyone's working together. Looks like we are definitely hampering Corypheus a little bit.
Inquisitor,
How goes the battle, Captain?
the Red Templars fall beneath our blades, your worship. Commander Cullen says they're nearly finished. Our scouts saw Corypheus traveling towards an elven ruin to the north. We can clear you a path through his armies.
Perfect. Hold nothing back.
Make the monsters pay, Captain. Leave none standing.
We shall not flinch, your worship, not a one of us. Andraste guide you, Inquisitor.
I wonder, is it Andraste your soldiers invoke during battle, or does a more immediate name come to their lips?
I'm not the maker.
They show me respect, Morgan. No one mistakes me for the Maker.
True, you are far more likely to come to their aid than a chantry fable, but I digress. If your scouts report accurately, I believe these ruins to be the Temple of Mathal.
Which is?
A place of worship out of elven legend. If Corypheus seeks it, then the illuvian he covets lies within.
Whoa.
Let us hope we reach this temple before the entire forest is reduced to ash.
That would be ideal. Alright, so we actually just unlocked a codex entry about the Arbor Wilds. I'd be interested to learn more about this place. Let's see. Places. Arbor Wilds. Cruxus, for once, look to the elves for guidance. The Dalish shun the Arbor Wilds. When the people who would start a war over a single crumbling wall ignore a large elven ruin to the south, it bodes disaster. There is beauty and curiosity in the forests, such as trees that rise tall as towers, but those who travel too deep into them never return. You asked if I could identify the elven architecture from the few existing sketches of the outer ruins. They have curious similarities to stonework found in Arlathan, so I would guess it is likely an old elven temple dating to 300 years before the Imperium. Anything else is conjecture that I fear will spurn you on in this folly. Letter from a scholar of the Tevinter Imperium to Magister Cruxus, a mage of high standing, who led a doomed expedition into the Arbor Wilds a year afterwards. It is interesting to think that even the Dalish shun this place, even though there are elven ruins here. I think that really does go to show that there's something happening in the Arbor Wilds, whether it's truly a curse or something more natural. I guess we'll find out. Alright, here we go, off into the Arbor Wilds. I know we've been here for approximately 3 seconds, but it's honestly quite beautiful. Look at all the colors, look at the trees and the giant mushrooms. I don't know, this looks kind of cool to me.
Get your blood going.
I agree,
If the
Bull!
soldiers aren't careful with their fires, they'll do Corypheus's work for him.
Do you
I
sense
agree.
the magic crackling? Something more powerful than the Red Templars stirs.
Wow, way to bring down the mood a little bit there, Morgan.
Celine's general is just down the hill, Inquisitor. He wishes to join you for the last push.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice to know Celine has offered to help us. Some new resources here. Storm Heart Stone. How big these mushrooms are on either side of me. This is like something out of a fairy tale. Holy crap. Very cool. Here's our first Red Templar. It's nice of Celine to send some help for all we did for her in the throne. Definitely appreciate it. Don't worry guys, backup has arrived. Get rid of these nasty old Templars for you. Glory, glory, glory! Easy peasy. Keep it up, guys. I gotta head deeper in to this magical forest. Alright, this must be the first blockade here at the Great Waterfall. Oh my god, this is beautiful. How many times am I gonna say beautiful in this video, I wonder? Now might be a good time to start keeping count. This is just... I just love all the color here. Maybe it'll get spookier the deeper in we get, but for right now, it is just beautiful. Wasn't much of a blockade. Wow, look at the waterfall and look at the wolf looking down at us from up top. It's a puppy falls. Those Templars over there are gonna have to wait for a second while I go investigate this waterfall. This is so beautiful. Wow, I love it. Alright, you Templars have got to get out of here. This place is much too beautiful to sully with your stink. Do the Templars stink? I don't know, but they look like they probably do. I mean, they have like weird growths and stuff, so... probably not the best hygiene. Wait a minute! Oh no! They've got some Grey Wardens under their command. Aw. That sucks. I was hoping we had freed all the Wardens, but I suppose that would be silly of me to think that that was the case, honestly. Obviously, there were definitely some Wardens who Corypheus managed to control, who were not in Orlais when we saved the rest of them.
Grey Wardens. They must be the last of those enslaved at Adamant.
That or you got another set of wardens pissed at you somehow.
So both me and Tallara, the Kunari, picked up on the same thing there. Great minds think alike. Us Tallaras stick together. We noticed the Grey Wardens. Uh-oh. Oops. That was not the right way to go. It just looked like a regular ledge, but it in fact was not. It basically killed me. It's rude. Didn't notice there was another guy back here. Better lend a hand.
The Red Templars fall!
They sure do fall. Just gotta hit them enough. We'll blast them with enough magic bolts and they'll fall just like anyone else, trust me.
For the herald.
Another wolf looking up there. Someone asked this in a previous video and I thought I'd address it.
An entire camp of Red Templars.
If you're ever wondering,
Archers on the wall.
you know, do I go back and collect the resources or do I kind of just run through each area? I absolutely do. Obviously for the sake of making these videos, I want to try to keep the pace fairly fluid, you know. I don't want to slow down too much by going around and picking up every single piece of loot. So just because you don't see me do it on camera doesn't mean that I'm not doing it. I often revisit these areas and fully explore to pick up the resources and the loot and such, and or I'll just edit out parts of the videos that are just me resource gathering, simply to make them a bit more watchable. So if you're ever wondering, yes, don't worry. I don't just run past all these resources. I always come back. Alright,
Just
that's...
attacked by elves?
It seems this temple of Mythal is not deserted after all.
Perhaps these creatures are the reason few return from the Arbor Wilds.
Okay, so we've got a lot of different forces vying to kill us. We've got Red Templars, we've got Grey Wardens, we've got elves. Let's see. Folded note. Captain Lowen, I don't want grumbling in the lower ranks that our Lord Corypheus handpicked Grey Wardens to be part of his honor guard over his Templars. Our charge is not to understand his will, it is only to obey it. Besides, our master's still sore he lost all but a few dozen enslaved Grey Wardens to the Inquisitor at Adamant. If your soldiers are smart, they'll keep quiet about it. From Lieutenant Keldon. Alright. Through the forest we go. It would make sense that if that's the reason why the Dalish avoid this area, perhaps it's because there is a clan of elves here who doesn't let anybody on their territory. Because the deeper I go in, the more I'm like, I don't think this place is cursed. It's too beautiful to be cursed. So it makes sense if there was actually a different sort of danger lurking deep within the forest, stopping people from entering and or returning. Guess we'll find out more once we get in here. They're probably not going to be very happy at the thought of both Corypheus and his armies and now me and all my armies marching through their lands, but maybe we'll get the opportunity to explain to them that Corypheus is the bad guy, not me. Hey everybody, it is me. I'm here to help. And find Corypheus. Keep up the great work. Discovered the ruined archways. Ooh, we got some big guys here. Red Templar behemoths. Luckily, since I'm a mage, I can keep my distance a little bit here. Don't need to get too close to those behemoths. I say that, now I'm standing right next to one. So much for keep my distance. Alright, behemoth's down. Corypheus is ahead, you say? Alright, that means we're going in the right direction. Thank you, guys. Hold the line here, and I'll go find him. Wow, look at these beautiful colored birds. Man, when all this is said and done, I'm gonna ask the elves if I can move to the Arbor Wilds. Can I just have a country house in the Arbor Wilds? I promise I won't just disturb you, or your ancient ruins, or your relics. I literally just want to live here because it's beautiful. Maybe they'll allow it if I kick the Red Templars out of their forest. Are you guys still fighting? Sorry about that. I thought we were all done. There we go.
Good hunting, Inquisitor. We're keeping them at bay. Follow the river to the temple.
Got it. Excellent. Great work, everybody. We're making... excellent. Another supply cache. We're making good work here. Just moving our way through. Corypheus, where are you? Found another puppy! Follow the river, they said, so I suppose we're going this way. Past the giant mushrooms and the beautiful birds. Following the clear river, and here we are at the temple gates. Alright, we made it. This must be the Temple of Mythal that Morgan was mentioning. Aha, yeah. We got senior wardens and red templars. This must be Corypheus's big boys. Take them down easy peasy. I don't even know if they know I'm up here on this wall. Got perfect vantage point to just zap them. And burn them. Perfect. Alright, into the temple, everybody. Some beautiful carvings outside. 2 wolves on either side of the temple. 2 more wolves down on either side of the door. I sense a theme. Another supply cache. In we go.
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
In front of us, rage burning red. So close to what he wants, what he was, what he will be.
Corypheus.
I hear fighting ahead.
Namilana Sabanalet.
They still think to fight us, Master.
These are but remnants. They will not keep us from the Well of Sorrows.
Well of Sorrows?
Morgan doesn't know, then... don't know what it could be.
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
Holy crap! Oh! He melted! He blew himself up!
It cannot be!
Across the bridge, now!
Guess he's, being reborn. Forgot that was kind of his thing. Uh-oh. Here comes his dragon friend.
At last, Mathal's sanctum. Let us proceed before Corypheus interferes.
If he's here for a mirror, why'd Corypheus say he wants a well of sorrows?
I am uncertain of what he referred to.
That's not good.
You're not certain? You said you knew what he was looking for.
Confidence can carry one only so far, it seems.
I suspected. I did not know. Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you? Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
Let's find this well before Corypheus's people do. I want to know how Corypheus returned to life. We saw him die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, Darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
And Corypheus cannot die. Destroy his body and he will assume another.
We'll find a way to stop him once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them. Yet Corypheus, they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how.
I mean, that explains then that note we found why he wanted the Grey Wardens with him as his bodyguards for moments like this. If he can possess either Darkspawn or Grey Warden, then it makes sense he'd want Grey Wardens nearby just in case of an accident. But yeah, if the Grey Wardens can slay Archdemons who can do the same thing, like Morrigan said, then hopefully we can find a way to slay Corypheus. In the meantime, however, we need to explore this temple, and speaking of, we had a codex entry about it, so let's see. The Temple of Mathal. Once again, Genitivi is completely at odds with reality. Ancient elven temples were no simple shrines. Extensive digging shows that buildings radiated out of the main edifice, much like a city wrapped around a palace. Indeed, these temple complexes must have been cities once, with a veritable army of functionaries running them. Each cult had different rituals, ablutions, and prayers to their chosen patron that ran all hours of the day. The time and effort devoted to them must have been staggering. Perhaps it's best we have lost knowledge of these pagan rites. The deities that the old elves worshipped, if they existed at all, were clearly demons masquerading as higher powers. One shudders to think of what went on before their thrones. From an essay by Atronus of Antiba, scholar and naturalist to the Antiban royal court.
What
have we
appears
here?
The temple's magics are still strong.
Is this Elven? Does it say anything about this Well of Sorrows?
Atishol vir Abalasan. It means enter the path of the Well of Sorrows.
There is something about knowledge, respectful or pure. Shiven. 'Tis all I can translate. That it mentions the well is a good omen.
Start.
At least we know the Well of Sorrows was important.
Supplicants to Mathal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path may aid entry.
Not much of a lock if all you do is step on it.
Tis a ritual, not a barred door. There is more here than earthly treasure.
Must have a step on all the squares, maybe, without double stepping on them. Like that? Yeah! Tallara, Puzzle Master. Alright, let's see what else this temple has in store for us. Dead bodies. Okay. They look like Templars, though, so those are the good kind of dead
I see the Red
bodies.
Templars have already encountered the temple's guardians.
They hurt themselves for years to get stronger, but they still die so easily.
Perhaps we shall fare better.
Perhaps. I hope so. I'll grab that Arbor Blessing, but it proved a little difficult. Okay, this looks like another door. Can we open this? Ooh, yeah, easy. In we go. What do we got on the wall? Creepy Pegasus-esque drawings. Okay.
Hold them off!
Alright, guess it's time for us to defeat Samson's minions. Ow. Samson's minions totally got me. That's fine, because my friends also had my back.
Come on, we might catch them.
Cool. Now I had a cool glow in the cutscene.
Hold a moment. While they rush ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
People are dying outside while we stand here. If we use the tunnel, more of our soldiers can flee.
In this case, I must agree with the witch. This is ancient ground, deserving of our respect.
You see the urgency? We cannot find the Well of Sorrows unprepared.
Are you certain?
We don't know what's behind those doors. They might have a reason for going another way.
Had they the option, they would have proceeded. That must lead to their goal.
Their goal? Or yours?
There is a danger to the natural order. Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
So you do know about the well. I thought you said you knew nothing about it.
You barely know what the Well of Sorrows is, but you want to restore it?
Yes. Is Thedas so full of wonders that we should leave them to die one by one? Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true. I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows, but at a terrible price.
What's this boon and price?
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet sacrifice of duty. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
So, do you want the well yourself?
Is your real goal the power inside this well?
Yes, if that is the only way to preserve it. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must discover. The rituals may point the way.
Alright, so we've got two options now. We either get to follow Samson through the hole, or perform the rituals and go through the temple. So the question is, what do we choose? I understand chasing after Samson is a more direct route, but seeing as how they're just destroying stuff and lighting things on fire and running recklessly, then perhaps they don't know where they're going either. So perhaps this really is the right way. But at the same time, maybe they tried that and couldn't get in, and that's why they made holes in the ground and chose to run that way. Well, I think I will give some time to think this over. I'm just looking at the runtime now, and I'm sure we have quite a bit of this quest left to go. So how about we leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger? You guys can let me know in the comment section down below which you would choose. Would you follow Samson through the hole, or would you perform the rituals? I'm gonna sleep on it, see what I think, and we'll be back here next time to continue the What Pride Had Wrought quest and see if we can find this mysterious well.